right, hey, what's up, everybody? We are back with Erin Nakamoto. This is post AnarchoVegas. So how many days did you announce before the event?
I think we announced in May, and our event was the third week of July. So I think right outside, like a little outside 90 days.
Wow, yeah, we're 43 days in for ours, but we started in March. So I
Yeah.
can imagine you put something together so quick, and it was so amazing. So how many people came out?
So I actually still don't have official numbers because we were so busy, and people were like buying tickets at the door and everything like that. I think it was close to 200, if not like 210.
Nice, yeah. Last time I checked with you, it was 180, and people were actually buying tickets at the door.
Yeah. Like
Nice.
I was not really expecting that because we didn't announce our venue. And so I got numerous like volunteers nagging at me being like, I don't know what to do. This person wants to give me cash. I don't want to touch it. And I was like, I understand. It's fiat. Who wants to touch fiat? And then, yeah, we just did a couple of transactions at the door. It was pretty awesome. So
Nice.
word obviously got out because we didn't announce our venue. So that was exciting to see.
Yeah, there was a little issue with your venue as well. You want to talk about what happened with that?
So we got kicked out of our first venue, which was the D Las Vegas. And it was crazy because I had worked there for 3 years in the past. That's where Kingsley and I actually met. And then had a good relationship with the owner and his wife and a couple of people who worked there. I went down there, I put down I think it was like a $2,000, $2,500 deposit, and signed the contract. And 13 days after we signed the contract, they called me and canceled our event and told me that Larkin Rose was on a terrorist watch list and they could not hold our event there.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men.
Fuck your flag!
And then I couldn't get any more information out of them at all. And we chose to keep the show going and moved on to a different venue. And it worked out because the venue was absolutely beautiful. And so Jeff Berwick complimented me on the venue. And he was like, this is beautiful. He goes, it's weird because from the outside, it just looks like a broken down warehouse. But you walk in and it's just beautiful inside. And I said, yeah, I thought it was a really good metaphor for anarchy. Like anarchy is this big, scary word and people think it means chaos. And it's that big, ugly warehouse sitting on the side of a street. And then you walk through the doors and it's just this absolutely gorgeous, most giving, and like just tons of people holding their arms open, so I thought it was a really, really good metaphor. And I personally want to do the event there again next year, but my team wants to kind of branch out and look at different venues in the Vegas area. So
Nice. I would say nice touch in the jazz music. The mingling jazz music where all of our tables were, that was nice. So I was also going to ask you plan to do this again next year, but you kind of just answered that as well. So you're going to expand, obviously. I mean, you had a great turnout. It was a great event, and I think it got a lot of buzz, and I think you'll be very successful next year.
I really didn't even get a negative review, not a single one, which was pretty incredible because I was so worried going in. I was very critical of Anarchadelphia last year and some of the announcements that were made mid-year. And so from my perspective, I was like, oh my gosh, if I fuck up, then I know that there's going to be 12 people on my ass, or, there's going to be a lot of criticism, and this has to be perfect, and I need to be perfect, and I need to make sure that this goes off without a hitch. And that's unrealistic because every event has its flaws, every event has its mistakes. And as someone who's never thrown a conference before, I really think my expectation of perfection was holding me back, and giving me irrational fear. But the whole weekend, there were plenty of mistakes made, and not one person came up to me or complained about the event.
Nice. And you're dealing with a bunch of anarchists who know how to hold their own, so.
Exactly. And so that was when the event was over, I was like, oh shit, anarchists are awesome. This is the perfect market for a conference because these people are just so amazing, and they just roll with the punches, and it's the best community ever. I like want to cry because I'm like so emotional about the feedback that we've gotten and the people who came, and it was a dream. So
And the party, well, I only made the first party. I couldn't make the second one, but the 1920s style penthouse party was so great. And the money that we raised for Free Ross and Sterling's auction, that was so great.
Yeah, it was so fun. I didn't think that as many people would dress up. I said the costume thing was not mandatory.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But so many people dressed up and like came, and they actually really digged it. They were like, I love dressing up as like, from the 1930s. Like, this is fucking awesome. And so, we raised $3,500, I think, for Lynn, or that's what Lynn walked away with in her pocket. That includes like people going up to her and giving her donations. We gave her money from the ticket revenue. We also gave her money from the bar revenue. And it was really cool. I can't wait to do something for Ross again next year. I just don't know how I'm going to top that.
Nice. Yeah, we plan to do something for Ross as well.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. So AnarchoVegas was a blast. You plan on doing it next year? Are you going to do it in July again? The end of July? Are you going to think about switching up the dates or? Yeah.
So that's something that we've been talking about. We didn't know because the whole reason why we did it in July was to kind of bounce off Freedom Fest. Freedom Fest was that same week. And so that brings in thousands of libertarians and, people who have anarchist views but wouldn't consider themselves anarchists. It brought in a lot of our speakers and a lot of our sponsors in town, so that saved us quite a bit of money. I think what we'll end up doing next year is keeping it in July. I think it'll be the same weekend as Freedom Fest. And so I know it's very hot. That is a complaint that we've gotten before we threw the conference from people who were like, I don't really want to go to Vegas in July. But what was your experience like?
I mean, it was hot, but yeah, it was enjoyable because it was like stepping into like a different type of atmosphere.
Yeah, it's very different from Philly.
It was fine, and we were mostly in the casinos and the hotels anyway. So.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I say about July here. Like, people always ask me, how do you live in Vegas? Especially in the hot summers, and it's like you're barely outside. Like, most of the time, the only time you really have to deal with the heat is when you're in your car for the first 5 seconds sitting on your hot seat and like getting your air conditioning to kick in. But other than that, you're outside for not a lot of time at all. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I had a great time. And if you guys want to buy your tickets at Anarchadelphia, Erin will be there with the Vegas crew selling tickets.
For Anarchadelphia, I think it's going to be myself and Josh Sigurdsson. Kingsley might be there. Yakov definitely won't be, but I'm so excited to be able to like share this with you and share this with Josh. It's going to be epic. I'm so fucking excited.
I know. Hell yeah. So speaking about the community, this is a great time to talk about Flote. What I was just going to talk about is your social media website that you created that incorporates cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. Of course I do. But Flote's awesome. It's like a new alternative social media platform. And it takes the best of all the existing platforms. We really like the live stream feature off of the live YouTube, streams that they do. We really like the community subreddit boards on Reddit. We love certain things about Facebook and certain things about Twitter. And so instead of going to all these different sites, we kind of just thought, well, why not just consolidate all of them and like take all the best features and just put it all in one place so people don't have to keep going to like all these platforms that, one, don't value your privacy, two, sell your data for profit to third-party companies. Like you're trusting all these companies to have your back and to protect you, but they're not, and it's very obvious. So, and not to mention the shadow banning and the censorship and everything like that people are currently dealing with. So we saw an opportunity to do something better, and so we took it. And so it's been Kingsley, our front-end developer, Kevin, our one developer, our CTO, Christian, and myself, and it's been really fun. Everyone's just been working so hard to get out a beta, which is currently live. And the feedback that we've gotten from the community has been really positive. Again, no negative feedback. We weren't expecting people to love our platform as much as they do. So yeah, and it's going to get better and better with time. So I want to know how you as a user feel about it.
I like it a lot. I've been on there for about 4 days, and it's very user friendly. It looks really good. It's easy to get around. I had some questions. Is it open source? Do you have a GitHub?
No, not yet. So the thing with our platform is it's not as decentralized as we would like it to be, but decentralization as we go is going to be the goal. We couldn't find a way to make it truly as decentralized as we wanted it to be without it kind of sacrificing some of the user and usability. So what we are doing is we are going to be onboarding more decentralized features as we go. But we just wanted to make it as user-friendly as possible to bring more people onto it. So it'll take a little bit of time to get there, but just know that is a goal of ours.
For sure. And as far as the wallet and the financial aspect to it, I see that you allow users to receive and send Bitcoin, which is great because you can just go make a Proton Mail email address, sign up, no KYC, and accept Bitcoin. Now, is there any withdrawal limits, or can I send 30 Bitcoin to somebody and then they can just send it right out to a hardware wallet, or is there a restriction on a withdrawal limit?
That's a really great question. We actually are going to be releasing an FAQ this week, outlining all of that information, outlining, answering questions about withdrawals, KYC, private key extract. Like that's all going to be addressed, and that's going to be. You can find that on our website this week.
Nice. And I also saw, well, you had two currencies now. You have Bitcoin and then you have USD. So I was wondering if that was an Ethereum ERC20 token, like a USD coin or US Tether, or are you trying to be a bank?
No, actually, we're not. So actually, there's only one currency on our platform, and that's BTC.
Is that just the USD value that I saw? Okay.
So we actually have no plans on ever touching a user's money at all. We don't want that responsibility. We don't want that liability. So everything is just going to go through cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. So if you want something that's less volatile, we will be implementing stablecoins into the cryptocurrency feature soon. Very
cool. Yeah, I see. It's like Mines did something I didn't really like. It's not really like an attractive platform for me. And they used MetaMask with the Ethereum sort of thing. So, but I like how you're incorporating Bitcoin first, and you built this really cool social platform that uses a blockchain. It's not like Steam that is a blockchain and limits onboarding and has so many cons. But
don't get me wrong.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
I think that there's a place for social media on chain, but really, like, your cat pictures don't need to be on the blockchain. Like, there are just certain things that don't have to go on a blockchain for it to succeed or be successful. So, there are obviously features that we do believe are beneficial for on-chain platforms. Sorry, my Facebook is blowing up here. But I don't know. Yeah, it's with Mines especially. I find that their token program is actually just kind of confusing.
Yeah, and you have to install MetaMask, an additional thing, and it's just not user friendly.
It's not, and so that was something that we've noticed. And honestly, like I like Mines. I think what they're trying to do is awesome. I respect them. I respect every platform that tries. I think that's what we need. Like we need competition in this space, and we need different alternatives. I love what Gab is doing. As far as like their feature, it's like a Chrome extension to Center, and it allows you to like talk to different social media networks through Mastodon, I think. So, I'm a fan of all of these platforms, but there's just something missing. And it really is, it comes down to like usability. and just user friendliness. So that was just something that was important to us and something that we knew that we could do. So I'm happy to hear from you that you think that it's easy to navigate and very easy on the user. That's going to be the goal moving forward as well. So we have a lot of new features that we are going to be announcing soon. Right now we are working on group encrypted chat. So I don't know, but the message feature in your Flote account is actually encrypted for like peer-to-peer chats. So we're working on adding group encrypted chats. We're working on adding community boards, which are going to be like subreddits or like Facebook pages. So when we do that, I'm excited to get Anarchadelphia their own Flote page.
Oh, this is so sick. Yeah. When I'm not a big into like live streaming, but we'll definitely have to live stream the conference on Flote for sure.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually. You mentioned that on Berwick's thing, and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have an app that live streams the conference. And I looked at Kingsley and I was like, is he talking about Flote? That's so cool. And yeah, so that's good. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. But the live stream feature is something that we really are excited about. People have been using our live stream feature lately to like play video games and stream. And so that's awesome to see. But something that YouTube does wrong is they take 30% of like super chats. And so so you send someone like $10 and YouTube takes 30% of that, you know? So it's not fair to the content creator. It's not fair to the person sending the donation because they don't know that YouTube is going to take 30% of that. They think that their full $10 is going to their favorite content creator. So we actually don't take any fees off of our super chats. So if I want to send you $10, you're going to get your full $10 minus like
just Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, in Bitcoin. Yeah, so like minus like maybe 1 cent or 2 cents, depending on the transaction fee. But yeah.
Nice. So then you'll just take like a fee off of withdrawals pretty much?
We're still discussing it actually. So we'll definitely add that in the FAQ for sure.
Cool. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into Anarchadelphia.
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited.
I know.
I see all of these anarchy conferences popping up one after another. People are like talking about how they're going to do one in their city. And so like your conference is very different than ours as far as like you guys are like, I think you and I talked about this, like you guys are focused more on like spiritual, the occult and things like that. And we're very practical and there's no really spiritual feature on our conference. So I can't wait to see like the difference. It's going to be really fun.
Yep. And you are actually our opening speaker.
Yeah, I am. I can't wait. I'm nervous because I'm talking for 45 minutes, but I'm going to have something good for everyone. So I can't wait.
Nice. And that's titled Anarchy Everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. On Friday, the 13th.
Nice. Yeah. Let me just talk about the schedule a little bit, give a quick little rundown. So yeah, 43 days. Here we go. I just want to name off a couple people that are going to be there. We got Mark Passio, Max Egan, Jeff Berwick, Zachary Hubbard, Derek Brose, Clive DeCarl, you, Kerry Wedler, Larkin Rose, Amanda Ratchwitz, Lynn Albrecht, Sterling Lujan, Entienne de la Bosse, Squared, Ken Bozak, Benny Wills, Gina Carr, Leah Thompson, Chuck Williams, Sasha Daygame, Josh Segerson, Dan Dix, Luke Radowski, and Jason Goodwin. It's going to be a serious party. Serious party.
Is.
All the information is on anarchadelphia.com. There are a bunch of graphics that explain in detail everything that we're doing. We suggest Airbnb, but we are recommending, we will provide transportation to a hotel. So all the information is there. The schedules are up. We're having a big blowout party at FDR Skate Park that we're sponsoring on Sunday to close it out. And a really like awesome late night electronic party on Saturday night. And then on Friday, we're going to have like a bunch of the like anarchist internal family doing a bunch of rapping and stuff. And it's going to be great.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Yeah. So let me ask a question. So the skateboarding thing, like I know you're skating, but how did that form its way into Anarchadelphia? So
back in March, I guess you could date this if you went to the Instagram or something. I was just reaching out to everybody to see who would come and speak at this thing. And I I was talking to Ricardo from Monero, and I made this little graphic, and I was like,
Yeah,
fuck it, if I can get him here, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just give $333 worth of Monero away to some contest to whoever wins, you know what I mean? Because I thought it'd be cool if he was there, and all that would entice him to come more.
Yeah.
And then I went on Instagram, I posted this on there, I went to the FDR skate park, and I found like the top best 10 skaters, and I tagged them all, and they like attacked me like, no, you got to donate concrete, you can't come in here unless you talk to an OG. And I'm like, oh, okay, who's the OG? So they gave me this guy Los's number, and I'm like, Sonny, Carmen, you got to go over and talk to this guy, you know what I mean, and figure this thing out. So they go over there, next thing you know, it's Carmen skating with Bam Margera, and we're sponsoring this huge skateboard contest. It's 7 years in the running, and it's usually in October, but we doubled their prize money, and they decided they're moving it to our Sunday. So it's already a well-organized event, and this is sort of our our strategy as far as bringing anarchy to different people, and what we plan on doing with the State of Anarchy as a brand and our further vision. And I was in Costa Rica when that happened, and their Philly, perfect. It was just worked out great.
That's awesome. That's really different from me. I've never really experienced like anything quite like that before. So it's going to be really cool. I really admire you and your team. I was scared to do a 2-day, 3-day event because I just didn't want to overcommit myself. So I really, really just want to let you know that I totally admire you and like your drive to make this like an exciting, jam-packed event for everybody. So thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Well, it's so important to make these things memorable. You want people to spread the message and be like, yeah, these people were cool, I had a great time, but holy shit, I learned some really interesting stuff. And Carmen and Sonny and myself, we met at Anarchapulco. I met you at Anarchapulco. I met so many of my new friends at Anarchapulco. I mean, like, I have very little friends from the Matrix,
Yeah. I've been thinking about that myself as far, just thinking about like the support that I have in my life currently. It's a lot of new friends, and it's just because you guys understand what we all go through and how we feel, and the frustration that we feel towards the state, and the the frustration that we feel about people who blindly support the state. And so it's a good thing to have, because you don't feel so alone when you have all these anarchists around you and surrounding you. So it's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we can wrap it up. I just want to let everybody know that if they go to Anarchadelphia.com and they use coupon code Erin Nakamoto, you'll save 5%, and we'll also match that 5% and hook Erin up a little bit.
Yeah, please. That'd be awesome.
Nice. Well, we can't wait to see you in September. It's going to be one hell of a party.
I can't wait. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thanks. See you soon.
Anarchadelphia is a conference dedicated to the principles of liberty, individual sovereignty, and freedom from coercion, located in Philadelphia, the cradle of liberty. Anarchadelphia seeks to shed light on issues such as geopolitics, blockchain economics, spiritual health and wellness, as well as exposing the Earth's sacred hidden knowledge, featuring Mark Passio, Max Egan, Derek Brose, Jeff Berwick, and many more this September 13th through 15th. For info and tickets, visit Anarchadelphia.com.